My name is Tapia Ferber. Sometimes I go by Tapia Ferber. I'm a musician and a teacher. I teach at the College of Santa Fe, and I play music. The area that I'm most interested in is the Balkans and the Middle East. And I teach what I know about the Middle East and the Balkans, and basically about world music here at the College of Santa Fe.
And what have you been thinking about lately?
Well, of course I've been thinking about politics, but outside of politics, and this is kind of related to politics because what I feel I've done a lot of traveling. I've traveled a lot in the Middle East, the Balkans, around the Mediterranean, Europe, and I listen and expose myself to a lot of music from around the world, and so I'm constantly immersing myself in the cultures, different cultures from around the world, and I think very globally in terms of my community. My community is large, and I really sometimes am able to stand back and just kind of see this whole community and this group of people that I'm involved in, musically, and then of course there's socially, and then of course politically. So I think about how we are as a global community and how we are with each other, and how important it is for me to teach my students here at the College of Santa Fe to really think outside of their country of America only, and to really start exposing themselves to the greater community, which is really global. And why I think that's important is because of perspective. You really, when you've experienced the lifestyle of other cultures, it really has a reflection eventually on how you live your own life and how you think about your own life and your community. And of course, you know, here in Santa Fe, there are a lot of people who have done exactly what I do in terms of a lot of traveling and exposing themselves to world cultures. So there's many people that I can discuss and, you know, exchange ideas with. But for young people, people in their 20s, who haven't done a lot of traveling and maybe aren't interested or have the means to travel, somehow get an excitement around them to learn about the world and cultures around the world. And that, I guess it's kind of become a mission for me. And one of the things I do here at the college, the music that I teach, because the cultures that I know the most about, I'm really passionate about them. And I'm just trying to let that leak out and let other people also get that, because it's important to think about ourselves as a global community. It's really important. And not to say that we are all the same people, or that cultural differences in culture should not maintain, but that we need to know more about each other all the time. And I think as Americans, we don't know enough about other parts of the world. We're kind of isolated. We tend to isolate ourselves. And I think it creates kind of a narrow view of how the world works, because we're so narrow in our experience about where we go and who we talk to and what foods we eat and the music you listen to. And I just know that in my own experience, when I expose young minds, you know, to music from other worlds, from other cultures that sound, you know, like something they've never heard before, you know, the first impression sometimes is, you know, to laugh because it sounds weird, you know, and the next step for me is to bring respect to those cultures to young people.
Thank you, Polly. And who in the community would you like to hear deep thoughts from?
Oh yes, I knew you were gonna. I forgot about this.
Can edit this part out if you need to think.
Well, I guess the Tibetan community. There is a Tibetan community here now in Santa Fe that's getting larger and larger, and I guess I would love to hear what their thoughts are about what's going on in Tibet and China. What their experience here in Santa Fe and in America is, and do they know more parts of America, or is their whole experience in the U.S. just in Santa Fe, because that's really going to color how they feel about America, because Santa Fe is, a little bit eclectic, much more eclectic than other places in the country.
Yeah.
So, I don't know a name in particular, but I guess I would be very interested in that.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.